This is Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. I was calling today because I've been working on a case. It regards nonfeasance. It regards the lack of um, it regards the lack of participation by Nevada state employees, and then that led to um, not hearing complaints, obviously, because it led to further protests, and then which the protests led to a couple defenses, physical defenses, and two Nevada state employees, one using a backhoe tractor to move forward towards a pedestrian roadway, and another Nevada employee moving his automobile, the county automobile, towards the pedestrian and the roadway.
Okay.
All caught on video.
Okay. Do you have access to the internet?
Well, I was going to call today and talk with you about a couple things because I was told the NRS 281A.290 duties of commission, inclusion of annotations of opinions of commission in Nevada revised statutes. 1B, I believe it is, says for the filing of an ethics complaint or a request. So I wanted to call today and talk to the commission about the request part of NRS 281A.290(1)B.
Okay. I'm just going to pull that up really quick.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have videos where I was trying to of me filing several complaints against employees to the local county, what do you call it, local government building, and for all intents and purposes these complaints never went nowhere. And then I was actually, the employees actually tried getting me in trouble for going down there and complaining. They didn't like my words. They didn't like what I was complaining about. They didn't like who I was complaining about. They didn't like certain other aspects of my complaint. And then I was never redressed on any of these complaints. And then a deputy was sent out because they were filing a temporary restraining order against me to keep me from going down to my public building and filing my complaints and otherwise voicing my complaints with the employees at the government building down here. And that was where I caught the deputy trying to tell me that there was nothing that they could do about this Nevada state employee, that they weren't going to be able to stop him from doing any of these harassments, that they weren't going to be able to even help me out, that they were basically not going to do anything about my complaints. And then that didn't stop the protests from the people. And when the protests came for the employees, that was when several employees acted way bad, and it was all caught on camera.
Okay. So I just pulled up the NRS, and the reference in NRS 281A 290 subsection 1B.
Yes, miss.
For the filing of an ethics complaint or a request for an advisory opinion with the commission.
On the commission, yes. And I would like to make that request.
Okay, if I could explain, the request for an advisory opinion
is due to you guys, right? Would be where you guys would see something, then you guys would request something.
Yeah, if I could just further elaborate on that.
Okay.
An advisory opinion request comes from a Nevada state employee or elected official
Yes, miss.
To request an opinion based on their conduct.
Yes, miss.
So that does not relate
But,
to other people's conduct.
miss, I would like to implore the fact that let me get my notes real quick, actually, because there's several good ones. I would love to implore with the Nevada State, who is the agency under the federal executive branch, I would like to implore the fact that, let me see here, that public space contributes to a flourishing society through promoting social justice and functionality of the republic. Also promotes creativity, health, urban resilience, and environmental sustainability. So that's exactly where I'm at today with this phone call, is a public space, which the Nevada Ethics Commission is that public space who I'm seeking to contact.
Yeah, the Commission on Ethics has jurisdiction over Nevada State public employees and elected officials.
Yes, miss, and that's why I called today.
Absolutely.
Because I believe it to be a very pertinent role in our creating, promoting creativity, health, urban resilience, and environmental sustainability. That's exactly why I called today, because I believe that the Nevada Commission on Ethics is the authority in our state, the state that is an agency under the federal executive branch, which the commission is to uphold the ethics and to make sure all ethical standards are met within these employees of the state.
NRS. Yeah, and within our specific NRS.
Well, the thing is
earlier if you
also, miss, I would like to also, miss, I've already been through it with the complaint filing process and everything else, but I've already found total discrepancies, and for one, when I refer to the ethics manual, it says a public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people, not of the ethics commission, not for the sole benefit of the deputy or the governor or the attorney general, for the sole benefit of the people, not for the town municipal police officer, not for the ordinance that some town made or that a county code. That a public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people, of which I am. And I'm finding discrepancies all the way across the board. And in fact, I can prove that if these people had their ethics, ethical standards filed positively, they would perhaps not have acted in the ways that they have acted, of which I have caught on camera. And this phone call here is coming from somebody that's of the people, attempting to redress a grievance with the government that the government has caused.
Okay. So I was just asking about the internet access, because for us to go ahead with an ethics complaint, we do need it on our form.
Yeah, I would like to go ahead with an ethics request instead of a complaint.
We didn't. Okay, there isn't an ethics request. So what I was saying with where it says in B, for the filing of an ethics complaint or a request for an advisory opinion. And a request for an advisory opinion is filled out and completed and requested by a state of Nevada public employee or elected official.
Yes, and here I am, the people.
On their own, for an opinion on their own behavior or conduct.
Yeah, I've made the ethics commission aware of several mistreatments.
Okay, so you've already filed complaints with us?
I have not filed a written complaint, but...
Okay, and that's what we would
This phone call, this is exactly why I record all my phone calls with public employees, because this is a written document as we speak. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, let me see if can I have your name, sir? I'm going to see if my executive director is available to kind of At this time, I don't wish to provide a name because, for one, the Nevada Commission on Ethics is showing signs to not be upholding their ethical standards in and of itself.
Okay. Would you care to speak to our executive director about the complaint process?
I would like to speak with the director about more than a complaint process.
Okay.
I want to
All right.
speak with them as to why these bad actors are able to be acting, because as of now, I have proof that 9 out of 10 actors within our state is not upholding the ethics standards and is in violation of NRS, which many of those actors are attempting to tell others not to be in violation of.
Okay. So let me see if he's available. If I could just put you on hold for 1 second.
Doesn't sound very conscientious.
Can I put you on hold for 1 second, sir?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's for the people. The sole benefit of the people isn't putting people on hold. The sole benefit of the people is having
Just
these
for one
actors
brief
readily
second while
available.
while I get you to
Yes,
my
miss,
executive
readily
director.
available, please.
Yeah, 1 moment.
This is not cool. Nobody should have to be making these phone calls. Evidence should have. There should be evidence provided, and then these people make the complaints or the request. That's exactly what it's set up to be.
Nevada Commission on Ethics, this is Ross. How can I help you?
Hello, Ross. How you doing, sir?
Good.
I called about a couple discrepancies today, and with more of a hopes to get these things situated and running more smoothly. I've recently been involved in a case where there's been several complaints made against some actors within a county, within the state agency, and those complaints were not redressed. They were not made to be helped towards in any way, shape, or form. And then later on, some things were done in a direct stifling of the rights of the people, which instead of redressing the grievance of the people, the actors in said case filed temporary restraining orders against the people in order to keep them from redressing their grievances and otherwise saying things that those public actors do not like or do not want to hear, which is a violation, a big violation. For one, public actors are not supposed to be using public measures in order to stifle the public from redressing their grievances.
Okay, so are you wanting to file an ethics complaint with us?
Well, that's part of it, but at the same time, I've already found numerous reasons as to why these actors aren't being enforced upon with these ethical standards. These ethical standards are probably the biggest, the most important position within the agency known as the state of Nevada. The Commission on Ethics is probably the most, the biggest important. I went over something with the miss that was on the phone just a second ago, and I would like to go over that with you. Public space contributes to a flourishing society through promoting social justice and functionality of the republic. Functionality of the and democratic practices, if you will. Okay. also promotes creativity, health, urban resilience, and environmental sustainability. So, with that said, this is the public space I chose to call today, and to see what type of help was going to be provided. Would you agree that public space contributes to a flourishing society through promoting social justice, also promotes creativity, health, urban resilience, and environmental sustainability, sir?
That makes sense.
Okay, cool. I would hope that you would be able to understand or to see that, and which you're doing a great job, sir. Thank you. I've come to find out that as far as I'm concerned, it's 9 out of 10, but it could be 8 out of 10 people. Actually, not people. 8 out of 10 state actors that I have researched do not have their ethics acceptance forms timely filed. And as far as I'm concerned, every single one of them don't, because it's exactly 9 out of 10, because where some have their ethics form filed, they do not have it filed in a timely manner. Are you following me?
I think that some individuals struggle to get their acknowledgement forms turned in. Yeah.
Well, this is more than a struggle here. I got, for instance, we can come to this justice of the peace, where, let's see here. Let's go to Nevada Commission on Ethics. Hold on, I'm just trying to bring up all the... Okay, right here. For this Justice of the Peace, her acknowledgement form was filed in 2018, and she's been a Justice of the Peace since at least 2013, possibly further, sooner.
Right, justices of the peace aren't required to complete an acknowledgement form.
Well, that's not what the NRS says. Okay, when we see the NRS 020, and I think it goes on 500. Let me see. Let me just bring it up real quick so we can come to the basis of this matter. 020 is right here. Increasing complexity of state and local government more and more. Let's see. Maybe it was NRS. Let's see. Legislative finding the declarations. Public office is a public trust and shall be held for the. Let's see here. 500, I believe it was. Deals with filings. 500. Okay, on or before the date on which a public officer swears or affirms the oath of office, the public officer must be informed of the statutory ethical standards and the duty to file an acknowledgement of the statutory ethical standards in accordance with this section by for an appointed public officer, the appointing authority of the public officer, and B, for an elected public officer of 1, the county and other political subdivision within the county, except cities, the county clerk, the city clerk, the legislative department of the state government, the director of the legislative council bureau, and the executive department of the state government, the director of the department of administration, or his or her designees. Within 30 days after a public employee begins employment. A, the director of the department of administration or his or her designee shall provide each new public employee of a state agency with the information prepared by the commission, which is an important commission, concerning the statutory ethical standards, and the manager of each local agency or his or her designee shall provide each new public employee of the local agency with the information prepared by the Commission concerning the statutory ethical standards. Each public officer shall acknowledge that the public officer has received, read, and understands the statutory ethical standards, and has a responsibility to inform himself or herself of any amendments to the statutory ethical standards as soon as reasonably practicable after each session of this legislature.
Right, but our in 281A 160 it defines public officer, and judges are not included.
I know, but this is for public officer or employee, sir, and I really do not appreciate being trying to be getting coerced as to what they are and are not supposed to do, especially when I have NRS pulled up right in front of me. Okay. Now, I would like to pull up the ethics manual. It says, a public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people. And your office is the Commission on Ethics. And now you're sitting here trying to coerce me as to why this judge doesn't have to have it filed, when, in fact, yes, she does have to have it filed. And on top of it, it's not filed. She must have had her card pulled in 2018 because she's been Justice of the Peace since 2013 that I know of, and has not had a filing until 6/12/2018. So it's really not wise to have a conversation about who and who doesn't have to file. It's really more wise about making sure that these people are filed timely, and are not only filing these papers but also upholding the ethical standards of the state of Nevada and 5 CFR 2635.101, the obligated ethical standards of the federal executive branch, of which you are employed.
No, we're a state agency. We're not a federal agency. So
oh my gosh!
Don't apply to us.
Hold on. You're wrong. I think I'm going to have this. Okay, for educational purposes, I would like to refer. You just said a state. You're hired by a state agency, right? Correct, sir?
Correct.
Okay, so now who is that state agency under? The cabinet of what?
We have
State Department.
We are.
State Department, sir.
No. We're not related to the federal state.
Yes, you
Department
are.
at all.
Nevada State is a member of the United States Federal Executive Branch, State Department.
No, that's not accurate, sir.
What do you mean it's not accurate?
The state of Nevada is an independent entity. We are not associated with the State Department of the United States.
So you're not a government agency.
We're a state agency.
Your government agency is the state agency, sir, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. I understand from this phone call that why the state actors are not timely filing their ethics acceptance forms, because none of them are being enforced in doing so. This is exactly why I would like to place this phone call today, so that both you and I can come to the proper understanding of what's going on here. And when these state actors are claiming to not be part of the federal government for which you serve, we have some big problems, bigger problems than contacting the Nevada State Commission, obviously, and I'm willing to say that you know that, and that's why, in fact, you're acting in this unethical manner today. A public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people, not the sole benefit of the Nevada State Ethics Commission that thinks they're not even a part of the federal executive branch. Not for the sole benefit of the county justice of the peace that has not timely filed their ethics acceptance forms and has not, therefore, is in derelict of their duties, a willful nonfeasance of office, which is a violation of the NRS, which some of these actors, like a justice of the peace, are enforcing upon people of the state. This is a very bad thing. This is exactly why there are no. This is this is exactly why the ethical standards are not being upheld, sir. And you said you was the director of the Nevada
Correct.
State Ethics Commission.
That's correct.
Okay. Is there some? Actually, I can. Let me pull this up, and then I'll ask for. I swear. I've had this up before. Nevada State Ethics Commission. State. Obviously, Nevada State is not acting for the sole benefit of the people. It's commission, but I want staff. Okay. Commission members, Kim Wallen. Is there a Miss Kim Wallen in today?
No, the commissioners are volunteers. They don't work in the office.
Volunteers are still members of the Nevada State. They're still Nevada State employees. They're just volunteer. It's called special employee or special agent when they're doing their duties for. Let's see here. I'll just go ahead and bring this up too, so I can properly educate. I want to see better. I want to see better participation, sir. I'm not harking on you. I think that you have attempted to act conscientiously today, but at the same time, you in that performance, you have attempted to coerce me that somehow justice of the peace don't have to file something that yes they do in fact have to file. Okay. This says, let's see, general provisions, definitions. Agency means an executive agency as defined in 5 U.S.C. 105, and Postal Service, and the Postal Service and the Postal Rate Commission. It does not include the General Accounting Office or the government of the District of Columbia. I don't think that that's for the sole benefit of the people either. Agency designee, agency ethics official, agency programs, operations, employee, okay? Employee means any officer or employee of an agency, which is Nevada State Agency, including a special government employee, which when we click on special government employee, that'll bring up exactly what you're talking about on these commissioners as volunteer, quote unquote. Special government employee means those executive branch officers or employees specified in 18 U.S.C. 202A. A special government employee is retained, designated, appointed, or employed to perform temporary duties either on a full-time or intermittent basis with or without compensation for a period not to exceed 130 days during any consecutive 365-day period. Now, I really do not appreciate calling up the Ethics Commission and finding out that the Ethics Commission, the director of that commission, doesn't even understand that Nevada State Agency is an agency under the federal executive branch. I would like that to be corrected, and that is a request.
I mean, we're not a member of the federal
Yes, you are.
government. So, are you trying to file an ethics complaint, or how can I assist you today?
How can anybody file an ethics complaint that with an ethics commission that doesn't even understand that the Nevada State Agency is under the federal executive branch, under the State Department?
Well, if you're wanting to file an ethics complaint, the form is available on our website, which is ethics.nv.gov. We have a thing that says you can file a complaint.
And then?
And if you believe, for instance, that a justice of the peace is required to submit an acknowledgement.
If I believe, sir, I actually have evidence right here of a form on file. It's not timely filed. And yes, Justice of the Peace does have to file the Nevada Acknowledgement of Ethical Standards for Public Officers. She does hold this is a public office as far as the public is concerned. Justice of the Peace. Title of public office, Justice of the Peace, in their own words, sir. Not my belief, not my understanding. What I call here today is because there was some complaints filed with the county. Those county complaints was not there was no redressal of the county complaint. Then the Nevada State employee decided to file a temporary restraining order against the complainant, which is a big ethical standard no. Then, on top of that, the complaints towards these employees went nowhere, meaning they were not redressed, to the point where once a deputy was involved, the deputy then went on to say that they could not do anything about these complaints, of which is known that they can do something about these complaints. Then, on top of it, the complaints led to further protest, where defenses had to be made, and Nevada State agents did, in fact, use a tractor and a truck to move towards and into a pedestrian in the roadway, which Nevada is a share the road state. And to this day, nothing has happened because the failures of the Nevada State Ethics Commission, of which has a very big jurisdiction, which covers the entire state agency known as the Nevada State Agency. Nevada State or Nevada State. I shouldn't have to be expressing this to you, but now I understand why all of my neighbors and all of the people of Nevada and of this country, more important, are being handled and not helped.
I mean, well, like I said, all I can do is help point you to the ethics complaint form, which is on our website, or I can mail you a paper copy if you'd like to file a complaint that way.
All I can do is record my documentation, file my documentation, and see where that documentation leads. That's all I can do, sir.
Okay. Do you need, I mean...
Are you going to help with that?
Right. You can use the ethics complaint form on our website, or we can mail you the form for that documentation, and you can send it back in. Is there a way that would be most helpful to you?
I'm in contact with your guys' office, and I'm really appreciative and of the help. I'm not appreciative of the things I've expressed today, but that does not mean that that is an end-all, be-all. I am appreciative of the sole purpose of Nevada Commission on Ethics, and I believe that the actors that are enacted for the state do not fully understand the importance of these things. You see, the people have to be lawful, sir, but the employees have to be both lawful and ethical, and that's what sets us apart from the people and the actors of any given state agency. Is that the Nevada state actor cannot say, "Oh, they have rights, therefore they're not going to uphold something." No, that's unethical. Therefore, they should be terminated ethically, but not criminally. And this is a willful, what's been observed in this phone call today is actually willful nonfeasance by the ethical standards officials in and of themselves. So how is Nevada people going to be able to trust in the trust when the actors do not even uphold their ethical standards?
Right. Well, all I can say is that if you file a complaint, we look at each complaint carefully and make a determination from there.
Yeah.
So
my formal advice to the Nevada State Ethics Commission, and this is formal advice, not legal advice. My formal advice to this Nevada State Ethics Commission is to go this day and start wondering about the upholdings or of the upholding of these ethical standards, which the number one ethical standard is a public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people, not for the agent, not for the governor, not for the mayor, not for the Ethical Standards Bureau, not for any one of the county employees. You see, it's funny when one of the people calls in and asks about a county employee, and then the Nevada State Commission on Ethics attempts to coerce that, oh, that's county stuff, that's not Nevada State stuff. And then the Nevada State Commission on Ethics is coercing that, oh, no, we're not federal executive branch at all. We're not federal executive branch at all. That's called nonfeasance. That's dereliction of duty. This goes to show that many of our Nevada neighbors are being mistreated and otherwise unethically handled by a bunch of unethical actors within the state. Therefore, who do the people trust? So when we find out that we can't trust nobody, is that like a precursor to war, or what's that a precursor to? That you guys finally start upholding the ethical standards, or where's the precursor lead, if I may ask?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I've let you know that you can file a complaint with the Ethics Commission. It's on our website, and we can send you a form to complete. I don't know that I'm able to provide you any more information or help, and I need to get back to the cases that I'm working on.
Listen, you hear what you just said there. You said, I don't think, I don't know. Okay, so that's what's called an act of private gain for agent or agency, when you are supposed to be acting on behalf of the Nevada State Agency, and I don't, and I this, I that shouldn't even be part of your vocabulary. It's not you. You are the actor tasked to perform these duties. You are not I this, I that. I this means that you yourself can't perform these duties, instead of the Nevada State Agency can't perform these duties. And there's evidence here that shows that Nevada State Agency, known as Nevada Ethics Commission, is not holding, is not performing their duties. It's just,
again, if you believe that someone's violating ethics law, I encourage you to file an ethics complaint. Otherwise, I'm going to terminate the call because I don't think a further discussion.
You're going to terminate the call, huh? How about we go to somebody? I want to speak to your supervisor.
No, that's not going to be happening today, sir.
I'm going to have to speak to your supervisor. He hung up. He hung up, American people. You are not under the government. You are under a state agency that thinks that they're more important than the government. I'm telling you, people, if you don't understand the importance in this, you should start understanding the importance in this, because this Nevada dude for the Nevada Commission on Ethics just said that Nevada isn't even the federal executive branch, of which he is very wrong on. And I can't help you any further. If I can show you these things, but if you can't delve into them, I cannot help you people any further.